there guys, and welcome to your Rust update on the 4th of April 2019. After the small oil rig being added to the game last month, his big brother is now here to join us. With loot and scientists spread out across 5 levels, this will be a challenging monument to loot. However, looting it will be very rewarding. You will find normal and heavy scientists patrolling at the large oil rig. Alongside the protection, there are multiple loot crates spread throughout the monument, including wood crates, military and elite. Naturally, many of these crates are hidden behind puzzles. Some are even hidden in a secret loot room. Aside from the crates and scientists, the large oil rig has a hackable Chinook crate. Initiating the hack will cause a Chinook to swoop in and drop off a bunch of heavy scientists to defend it, just like the small oil rig. If all of that isn't quite enough for you, you will also find that there is a research table and a recycler here. Some of you may have also just noticed that scientists are looking slightly different. You'd be correct. Scientists now have new models. This change affects the standard blue scientists alongside the green compound scientists. Aside from the model, there are no other changes to them. One of the most long-awaited changes to the way that a few guns work is finally here. Fractional reloading. Guns that are reloaded one bullet at a time can now be reloaded one bullet at a time. You will now be able to stop the animation after however many bullets you wish to reload are added to the gun. This will affect the bolt action rifle, the pump shotgun, the spas shotgun, and our brand new weapon, the grenade launcher. You heard that correctly, a new weapon is here this month, the multiple grenade launcher. This bad boy comes with 3 different types of ammo, meaning it is not just for getting grenades further than 2 foundations away from you. Everyone must now be thinking, well, where do I get one? And you'd be wrong if you thought that you could just stroll into the bandit town and pick one up for scrap. The only way that you can obtain one of these is by killing heavy scientists. They cannot be researched, they cannot be crafted, and nor will you be able to find them in any NPC shops. Now moving on over to the ammo. Like the grenade launcher itself, none of these will be craftable nor researchable. However, it is possible that you may find a couple of them in NPC shops. Firstly, we have the 40mm HE grenade. This one is the one that goes off with a bang. It will explode on impact, and these should be extremely rare and only obtained from looting. Second, we have the smoke grenade. As you would expect, you shoot this off, wherever it lands, you get some smoke. And then lastly, we have the shotgun shells. This mammoth grenade launcher will also be able to be used as a shotgun. So don't think that you can pull a fast one if you see someone running around with one of these. The grenade launcher isn't the only new weapon we have this week. However, the second may require you to get a bunch closer to your target. The combat knife. People have been asking for an upgrade to the bone knife pretty much since the bone knife was added. Now it is here. It attacks just as fast as the bone knife, and you can also attack whilst running. But it does double the damage. It requires a level 1 workbench to craft. It is a default blueprint, and it costs 25 metal fragments and 1 high quality metal. Alongside all of this great stuff, we do have a sizable nerf to defending online raids. And that is a debris system. Essentially, when a wall or door has been destroyed, you can no longer place any building blocks or doors in that slot for 30 seconds. Over our time in Rust, I expect that everybody has at least once seen a random floating sleeper, whether they are at height of a foundation or 3 floors high. This should now be a thing of the past. Players will now fall to the ground even if they have logged off to become a sleeper. You will also now take full damage as a sleeper too, which means if you previously exploited the fact that you could log out and be a sleeper, potentially still fall into the ground while asleep, you will now suffer full damage just like the rest of us. This should also stop anybody who gets downed whilst jumping from awkwardly floating mid-air awaiting for a teammate to help them up. And then the SAM site turret has also got a tweak this month. It now requires electricity to power it. This is a slight inconvenience for most people. However, if you wish to conserve ammo, you can now flip a switch whenever you see your neighbour flying past, whether that's to kill him or not shoot at him. And then we have a bunch of quality of life changes and some little things to mention, so I'll just quickly go over the main points. The Thompson can now use the flashlight and laser sight attachments. The compound bow will now do the same damage as a hunting bow whenever it has not been charged / pulled back. The hollow sight will now add a 2x zoom. The 8x scope was actually a 24x scope, but is now being nerfed to a 16x scope and has been renamed as such. The muzzle brake correctly adds recoil reduction and reduces damage by 15%. Explosive ammo will now cause weapons to lose condition a hell of a lot faster, and it can also be heard much further away. The heavy plate armor helmet will not obstruct your vision quite as much as before. Heavy plate armor in general has a higher explosive protection. Minicopters will decay indoors. You can now recycle empty cans for a small amount of metal fragments. And code locks will now stack to 10. And then lastly, the M249 and the M39 are now both skinnable, so expect to see some skins for them soon. That is literally everything that I have for you guys this month, excluding a couple of little things that really weren't worth mentioning. I hope you have enjoyed, and if you have, make sure you hit that like button. I apologise again about the fact that I've not really been doing updates through the month when there isn't a great deal to show, though I do hope this video has made up for that. Thank you very much guys, have a good day.